Welcome back to FightingIllini.com. We're here with Coach Spring and the men's gymnastics team. Coach, your team is coming off competing in the Big Ten meet at State College, Pennsylvania. Kind of talk about what you saw from your team this past weekend.
Well, I think everyone's still trying to get that jagged pill down their throats right now. I mean, we left angry, frustrated. You know, to come that close. It's like losing I'm watching Final Four basketball games going on right now. That's like the Kentucky game. You know, like it just the smallest margin at the very end. There's about 10,000 different ways we could have found 6/10, which is what we got second by, and the team knows it. And they're hurting from it, which honestly is the only way you can take a competition like that, is to let that frustration sink in deep. You know, it's a learning lesson, not just for the seniors for this final 2 weeks of training, prepping for NCAA championships, but for my juniors, my sophomores, my freshmen. I know I had two incoming freshmen there at the meet watching, and they need to see that. They need to see how devastating walking away from a meet with a margin that close and knowing that you could have done more to get it. And nothing fuels the team to train harder and leave no stone unturned more than losing a competition like that close. And that's where the team's at. They're hurting. I'm frustrated. I take responsibility too. I look at the coaching opportunities I had to get 6/10 back throughout this last 5 months. I was there. I should have been harder on the guys because we could have got that and we didn't. And that's the plain and simple. At the end of the day, we didn't get it done. And we're going to be better for it. Just don't get to walk away with the Big Ten championship this weekend, unfortunately.
And looking to get that bad taste out of your mouth at the NCAA championships here next week in Norman, what kind of performances are you looking for in that meet as opposed to what happened last weekend?
Well, I'm looking for the performances that we had day 2 of Big Tens. The individual finals were amazing. You know, and the guys that hit and won championships, we almost won 5 out of the 6 available championship titles. I think that's because the guys felt free to go out and compete to be their best rather than compete to not make a mistake. And any coach will tell you that's a totally different energy. That's a totally different approach to the way you train and the way you compete. And we competed to not make mistakes on Friday. And on Saturday, we were pissed off and we went out to compete to win. And it was a completely different team. We're against a much better field at the NCAA championships coming up. We have to go out, compete to win, to do the gymnastics that we know that we can do. If you go out to compete, to not make mistakes, you compete conservatively, that's when you make mistakes. And you can't do that. And so, the team needs to know that that's why we faltered. We didn't train hard enough to go into the highest level competition and compete freely, to give 100%, to fight for every landing, to fight for every 10th. They need to go hard this week so that we can compete with 100%, guilt-free, just lay it all on the line at NCAA championships coming up very quickly in 2 weeks. So, and I think they'll be ready to do it. I just hope that the attitude brought is that kind of leave it all on the floor that day.